Welcome back to New York 360. Today we're at Strip House, located on East 12th Street between 5th and Broadway. Innovation, technology, finance, and some of the most in-depth stories and analysis you can find anywhere are all at your fingertips at businessweek.com. Find out how Editor-in-Chief John Byrne has merged technology and journalism, and how he says making faster decisions in business can make you more successful. Tell me what your role is here at businessweek.com.
Okay, I run the online site and do all the editorial for it.
So tell me what the challenges have been for you bringing print to the online world and merging those two worlds.
First off, I got to just say I am utterly transformed by the experience. I love the medium. In fact, I don't even consider it a medium. I consider it almost like a utility, like electricity, because it's print, it's radio, it's TV, and it's more than that because of the interactive elements and the social media that you can provide online. So it's a unique experience, and the creativity that you can deploy in that environment is probably 10 times more than you can in print. The challenge has been getting your arms around it. It's very granular. You've got to be involved in a lot of nitty-gritty detail. You can't do anything without technology.
Not only are you looking at editorial content, but now you're trying to figure out how things work and how to connect with your viewers. What's been most surprising to you in terms of communities online and how involved they actually are?
In the magazine world, you wait around. And online, you get it instantaneously. I mean, the moment we put something up online, whether it's a video, a podcast, a slideshow, or a story, or some interactive element, people are playing with it and they're responding, and you can measure exactly what they're doing. It makes it a more rewarding experience because you know you're touching people.
What are people reacting to on businessweek.com?
Stories that are provocative and thoughtful and original often get the best response. And there are sort of perennials where people have high interest in companies like a Starbucks or a Google or a Walmart or an Apple. But one of the things that we've originated in terms of just reaction of people is something we call in your face. When a reader reads something and then thinks about what he or she has read and then writes a thoughtful, substantive response to it, we pick them out, we ask them for their photographs, and then we feature them on our homepage as well as the homepage of every channel and every sub-channel. And we feature them in the most prominent ways possible. They appear before Jack Welch, they appear before Maria Bartiromo, two of our columnists. What we're trying to do is create a conversation around the story, not necessarily a response to the story itself. Other thing that I am starting is a personal blog called What's Your Story Idea? And we will actually go out to our readers and say, give us your story ideas. And then I will assign writers to write those stories. So never mind citizen journalists, we're creating citizen editors that literally can assign a story that we will execute and then give credit to the reader for.
And you also have a podcast with Jack Welch.
Ah, right. Well, what happened? Our second most popular podcast after mine, Amy.
He has the #1 podcast
right.
here at businessweek.com. We're making a note of that.
Hi, I'm John Byrne, executive editor of Business Week magazine, with their podcast series on climbing the ladder.
Our second most popular podcast is one done every week by Jack and Susie Welch.
Hi, I'm Jack Welch. Welcome to our Business Week podcast of The Welch Way.
And I'm Susie Welch. Thank you so much for joining us.
The beauty of their podcast is this. In the magazine, they speak with one voice. They are basically advising or recommending a course of action to a reader who asks a question. In the podcast, because they're having a real conversation with each other about that question, you often see, or rather hear, their differences of opinion. So it's the most likely place that you'll see Jack and Susie disagree.
The great business leaders that you have met and worked with, what are the qualities in them that you see that is constant?
You cannot be a great leader if you're not self-confident. And that doesn't mean being arrogant or cocky. That means just being confident in knowing that your course is a course that's most likely to succeed. One of the things that I realized about Jack Welch and why he succeeded so well is because in his early days at GE, when it took the normal manager, 3 months to make a decision, he'd make a decision in 1 week. So the consequence of that is that he could make 12 decisions in the same time it would took another person one.
Where is businessweek.com headed?
I think we want to be the business and financial site that has the deepest and most meaningful reader engagement of any site in our category. You know, there are plenty of other places that have far more content than we have, because they have 5 times the number of reporters producing it. But what they may not have or cannot have is reader engagement. They can't elevate the reader to a level of contributor that really enlarges the experience. That's what we want to do.
Footwear provided by Aldo Shoes.